and different encounters, and today we are going to do some tips and tricks that I'm sure a lot of you will like. A lot of them are very helpful, especially in your travels, and it is very, very helpful. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go to manage community, and I'm going to show you a little bit of stuff that I got going here. That is very helpful. Just going to show you a few things and tell you a few tips and tricks that it's going to help you in the beginning, the middle, and towards the end of keeping your community alive, well fed, enough fuel, enough medicine and ammo, and it's really going to pay off in the end. And I really hope this does help y'all in the end. I want to be as much help as I can to anyone out there that's also a survivor like me on here. And State of Decay is really a vast game. It's always expanding and always changing, so these tips will really help you combat that and actually let you survive a little bit more.
The neighbors might build goodwill.
Alright, so first little tip here I'm going to show you. You notice your backpack here. Whatever, always try to get the 8 large backpack, of course. But you see, this is where I am right now. I need to get back to my base, which is right here. Which I'll get back on my car for that. And let's get back to base real quick. Alright, so I'm back at my base, and this video right here is probably going to be more towards the beginning things. So you have got your trunk here, which I messed up on that, but basically you're going to want a truck of some sort with this bed right here in it, because you will be able to really transport a lot of things like that. I'll show you that in the next video. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our base.
Hello there. Shall we discuss a proposal I have? In person would be best.
And what we're going to do
At least one of us should be
is
right.
we're going to come in here, and usually on your map you should start about right here, and your goal is going to be to get to this house right here, which is your standard house. But here's what a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of people look over. Whatever is in your inventory after you beat the game, like let's say I beat the game right now with a chef's knife, this machete, and all these grenades in my inventory and my backpack, it would carry over to the next game, but only if I beat the game with this survivor. all the survivors in my game will keep what they had whenever they left the city. So that is a very good tip, and it's really going to help you towards the beginning. Another thing is your base right here, focus on materials a whole lot. And of course, repair everything that needs to be repaired. But what you're going to notice is these outposts also. Whenever you get outposts in the beginning, which is very important for the beginning, try to get morale boosters. So then your people, no matter how fidgety they'll get, no matter how angry they'll get, they'll at least always be stable. And stable is really the least you really want to go. Now when you get empowered and you get great, more stability, you'll be able to get more for your people. Like, see, right now I'm -3, but that morale booster is making it stable. So it's actually in the middle. But your people, depending on how they are, it'll improve everything around you, like global action speed and all that. And your command center is very important towards the beginning of the game. You're really going to want to upgrade this thing. Workshop is very important. And at least always try to make sure you have an infirmary, like this one right here. Make sure you have beds. The storage is very important. Make sure you upgrade that. But you see what I did here, it's a little bit iffy because right now my base can be attacked, but it's not really that bad. Your parking stuff, front yard, but eventually, of course, you're going to want to move out of here. It's not really the best. But so here's another thing about your community. Not just your items in your backpack, but all your skills. And you would notice right here that her acting, it's still there, increases her standing faster in her influence, which is very helpful. But I kept my fully upgraded weapon handling, my sword play, my stealth, and my acrobatics. It's all kept. This girl I just started using on this one, and I'm trying to beat it as her, so I can beat it as a builder. And this guy is another one that I carried over, which you can tell because of his munitions. It's very, very helpful. I'm gonna make her my builder right now, which is very helpful to have a leader. And now I have a leader. And hers is really good, +2 labor. It'll help you really go. And this difficulty stuff, never go for nightmare mode, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. Basically, your map, at the very beginning of the game, what you're going to want to do is do all these survey points, like all of them around this map, and survey the whole area. That should really be your first priority. Which right now, I've just started this playthrough, and as you can see, I've really already made quite a go at it. Haven't really surveyed that much, but I've got quite a few parts. There's one more little thing I'm going to show y'all. We're going to go out here. Basically, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the radio. Really useful. Now, if you don't have these DLC, it doesn't really matter, but they do help. But what you're going to want to do, see, all these are really cheap, and you can do each one really quickly. And at the beginning of the game, I think you get about 200 influence or so, if I'm correct. So right when the game starts, you could literally use all of these, or whatever you want. Like if you want materials, use that, and you should be able to use it about 4 or 5 of them. And I would personally go for materials, food, and medicine. Military survivors is useful too, but you only unlock that on certain conditions. But that's all I really have for you today in terms of the beginning tips. And other than that, really just make sure you also get your gas for the vehicle that's at the beginning. Just go to a gas station, because usually they have really good stuff inside, and you don't want to let that up. But I'll see all of you later. Peace, and thank you for listening, and I hope it helps you out there in the wasteland and the survival. I'll see y'all later.